I'm in the mood for comfort food. Roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, but not gravy.
How about pepperoni ranch sauce?
That sounds really good. So today on Between the Eats,
We're roasting pepperoni ranch chicken.
so let's roast the chicken.
Right, so what we need is a good pair of poultry shears and of course a nice bird. And we have a nice free range bird here. And what we're gonna do today to make this a lot easier for it to cook is we're going to split the chicken in half. And what that does is make it easier for the chicken to cook at a quicker time and have an even cook.
So you go right on the side of the bone there?
Yeah, we're going right down the backbone, just right along the side, and just literally snipping the backbone out of the chicken. You're going to do that on both sides. The next step is just going along the breastbone and just right along the side and just separating that chicken into two. When you get to the top, you just want to cut through that wishbone.
I just love the look of this, to have the half chickens roasted. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's another reason you like to do it, besides helping out cooking it quicker, is that's exactly what it does presentation wise. It's very nice on the plate. After you have your chicken halved like that, we go and just prepare our aromatics for the roasting process. Today I'm using an orange sliced in half.
You could use lemon.
We have an onion sliced in half. Yeah, lemons are beautiful and traditional on chicken, and it would work just fine with. Just grab our roasting pan. This is one of the quickest and easiest roast chickens you're ever gonna do. Put down an onion half, an orange half. Set half of your chicken on one. Make sure he sets up nice so he roasts even. The other half on the other side, just like that. And then what we're going to do is add salt and pepper. Would you like to do the pepper?
Sure.
And that's literally all we're gonna do with this chicken. And now we're gonna take it, put it in the oven at 425 degrees for about an hour. While the chicken is roasting, you have a great technique for pan-searing corn for us, don't you?
I do. And imagine that it starts with coating the whole corn with butter. So one of my favorite butters to use is Parma butter. In this recipe, I'm gonna roll the corn in Parmesan cheese.
Of course.
Why not use Parma butter, which is the base for Parmesan cheese? So I do use my hands. I know, we're getting real technical, but the way this came about is one day I wanted to just roast corn out on the grill, and it's been raining here for 3 weeks and we could not use the grill, and I said, well, I guess I'll just try it in the pan, and it came out really great. It did. So I said, oh, let's just do that. So what you want to do is just, really coat the corn, put it right in the pan.
You want that nice hot pan, right?
Nice hot sizzle.
Anytime you put anything to a pan, you really want the pan nice and hot and ready to go.
Give them a little twirl every once in a while. See when they start to get golden brown, they'll be done. The kids love to do this part.
Play with butter.
Yep. Really, it's the easiest way to coat it. You use a knife and it only gets on the outside of the kernels. Really, it's the best way.
Hands are your best tools in the kitchen.
Yep. All right. Mix those up for me. I'm gonna wash my hands. The corn is perfectly roasted. You can tell by the dark places. So now, this is so easy. I'm just gonna take this corn right off of here.
Right.
And just roll it in Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, this reminds me of really good Cuban corn with the hot sauce and the queso fresco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, looks delicious.
Sprinkle a little paprika.
Now, are you using a smoked paprika or a sweet paprika?
Right now it's sweet paprika because it goes with the sweet corn, I think, a little bit.
Well, the potatoes are ready. Nice and hot.
Oh, they look great.
So we couldn't decide, baked potato, mashed potato, they're both delicious. We're gonna go in between. We're gonna do a loaded smashed potato. Keep it nice and easy.
Get them out of the water.
As you can see, they're extremely cooked, and that's what you want, nice and soft.
Skin on.
Skin on, that's where all of the nutrients of the potato are at, and also the flavor of the potato. If you want your mashed potatoes to taste like potatoes, the skin will help that out. Now, the next important thing about making mashed or smashed potatoes is using warm cream, milk, whatever you're using. And the reason for that is it keeps it from getting gummy.
Yep.
Going with butter. We're gonna keep these very basic because we're gonna load it up over top. And salt. So we're just gonna smash these potatoes literally. We don't want them whipped. We want them a little chunky. And just till it comes together.
And now for the star of the show.
Thank you very much.
Not you, the sauce.
Oh yes, the pepperoni ranch sauce.
Yes, I can't wait to hear about
Well,
this.
the origin is ranch dressing, pepperoni pizza. I know a lot of people that like to dip it in. And you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of ranch dressing, but I do believe it has its place. And pepperoni and ranch go together great. So we're gonna make a
This is
sauce
awesome.
today. It's not necessarily a dressing,
Okay.
but it is a sauce that utilizes all the flavors of ranch.
Okay.
And we're gonna start by mincing up this pepperoni nice and fine, because what we're gonna wanna do is get it into a pan and render the juices and the flavors of the pepperoni out into the pan. While I'm doing that, could you mince up the herbs for me?
Sure.
That we'll be utilizing for this ranch sauce. They are the herbs that are in most ranch dressings. We have dill, chives, and parsley.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go into the pan with the minced pepperoni. And you wanna start this in a cool pan actually, so that it starts rendering all the flavors out of the pepperoni.
Is the process with the cold pan also for like if you're rendering bacon fat?
Yes, that's what, anytime you render any meat, that means to relieve it of its lipid content, its fat content. And the way you wanna do that is to start it in a cool pan so that it releases it without searing it, burning the meat, and not releasing all of that fat. So the pepperoni is rendered out nice, and this is where we start to build the sauce.
Great.
So the first thing we're gonna add in is our cream, our heavy cream, and that's the base of the sauce. That's what's really gonna give it its body, its creaminess. And we wanna allow that to kind of reduce itself. And as you can see in here, you can see the renders of the pepperoni. That's the paprika that's in the pepperoni that you're getting out. That's the redness that you see. To that, we're gonna add a little buttermilk. Of course, buttermilk is one of the main flavor profiles of ranch dressing. And that's kind of the acid in our sauce to give it the tanginess. A little bit of garlic powder and about a teaspoon of onion powder. Now we're gonna add the herbs that you minced up for us. Nice job.
Thank you.
I
can be helpful every once in a while.
use dill, parsley, and chives. We're gonna add a little Parmesan cheese that's coated in cornstarch.
Why is it coated in cornstarch?
So the cornstarch is gonna help thicken the sauce. The Parmesan cheese is going to add flavor to it. And anytime you make any sauce with cheese in it, if you coat it with cornstarch, it'll create a sauce that's nice and creamy for you, and it doesn't get, you know, a lot of cheeses, as you melt them in cream, they'll stay stringy.
Yes.
So what this does
Great.
is creates a nice smooth sauce for you. Cracked black pepper and a little pinch of salt. Sorry, Terry, I ate everything.
So today we're going to talk about the plating. When we plate today, we're going to add different textures and colors together to create a really cool plating. An example. So you want to bring over the first?
The corn?
The corn.
Start with the corn.
Okay. So the corn, you know, is going to be our pop of color in this, along with the roasted chicken. The potatoes, we're going to put on just a different colored plate. So we're going to pile the corn up on one side of the tray. Looks so good with the Parmesan cheese.
Delicious. Okay.
Okay.
Chicken next.
Now we're gonna add the chicken. This chicken is absolutely gorgeous.
Beautifully roasted and very hot. Unless you have asbestos hands, do not attempt picking it up like this at home.
There we go.
Okay. Next.
And lastly, the potatoes.
And we're gonna jazz up the potatoes, correct?
So here's the plate that I used here was a pewter silver kind of plate. It goes really well with this blank canvas white platter. And you can feel free to use like a red bowl or something like that would be great.
And here we are loading up. We promised you loaded smashed potatoes, bacon, chives, sour cream, cheddar cheese, whatever you want. We're just gonna go with chives and bacon. And then lastly,
The star of the show.
the ranch, pepperoni ranch sauce.
Wow, is this a beautiful chicken dinner?
And comfort food.
I know, I cannot wait to dig in.
Spice that up with a little pepperoni ranch sauce.
Yes, if you love this episode, watch, don't forget to share and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Let's dig in.